And here comes the voice of 5150, Jason LaChance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the next bout of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Kian Tipton.
So he says Kian, so maybe it is Kian. I had it as Kian. But if my ring announcer says it's Kian, then it must be Kian. And here he comes. And he's got Zong Lao with him, so he's trained at Dragon House in San Francisco, California. Don't know a lot about Kian Tipton. I asked Phil Flathers about him. He said he's a great up-and-coming fighter and that Zong Lao is very high on this prospect, and he's looking for big things out of him. Says he's one of the better fighters to come out of his camp in a while. So we'll find out if that is true very shortly as he takes on Pete Dunlap, who's had 2 more fights than he has. Trains with my old teammate Danny Greider out of the Warriors Lodge back in 1999. Yes, I am an old man. We fought one of our first shows together back in the 90s, and now Danny has a lot of young, upcoming fighters in underground MMA out in Jackson that he has built a really nice team for himself. I'm super proud of Danny and the guys that he's got over there and how well he coaches these kids and how much he cares about them. He's always at all their fights. He's always got their back. Great coach. And the fighters, retired fighters make the best coaches in my opinion. Guys that have been there and know what they're doing and know what these fighters need and what they need on show day and leading up to the fights as well. And let's bring out his opponent.
And introducing, fighting out of the red corner, Pete Dunlap.
Now here comes Pete Dunlap out of underground MMA. 135 and 1/2 pounds, just a half-pound difference in these two at the weigh-ins yesterday. Pete Dunlap's last fight was a win, a submission victory back on September 6th. So just last month, quick turnaround for him at A1 Combat on UFC Fight Pass. It was a unanimous decision win over Caleb Winston, avenging that first loss, not to Caleb, but he was 0-1 to start his career, and then he got on TV and managed to pick up a victory there with that unanimous decision. Looks great in that fight, by the way. So Kian Tipton, even with all the accolades coming out of that camp and what we're hearing about him, has a lot on his plate here tonight. He's biting off a lot. Can he chew it? Phil Flathers been a matchmaker in the California West Coast region for so long. He knows these kids so well. He knows these camps. Puts together great fights. And that was a quick little mean mug there from Kian Tipton. Let's send it up to Jason LaChance and let's get this party started.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Dragon House MMA, Kian Tipton.
Now he said Kian, so he must have got corrected. So it is Kian.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing underground MMA, Pete Dunlap.
So you'll hear Zong Lao in the corner of Kian. You'll hear Danny Greider in the corner of Pete. Wayne Phillips will be your referee. Marcel Marmolejo taking up space next to me, taking photos, as usual. Cali Fights Magazine, always in the building. And they'll touch gloves. Kian looks a little tight. Big Superman punch there from Pete Dunlap, but Kian fires back and doesn't even move. Both guys in black trunks. The red tape around the wrist and the knees belongs to Pete Dunlap. That's how you can tell them apart. Big right hand, and he rocked Kian Tipton. Pete Dunlap absolutely landed a bomb, but here comes Kian. He's already shaking it off. Deep kick misses, throws a left and a right of his own, and they're banging. And there's a takedown by Pete Dunlap, who ends up in side control. Kian Tipton got rocked and answered back quickly. And I like this. I like this defense right here from Kian Tipton. I do. What is this? This is crazy. This is the craziest submission I've ever seen. If he can finish this, it'll be unbelievable. It's a Kimura with his legs, and he's going to get slammed down on his right arm. What am I watching? He has a Kimura with his legs, and he gets out of it, does Pete Dunlap. Big right hand from Dunlap. And I have never seen a Kimura done with your legs before. That was incredible. And Dunlap's going to finish Kian Tipton with a rear naked choke. And I'll tell you what, I'm super happy for Pete Dunlap, but I want to see that Kimura with the legs again. I've never seen that in my life. Maybe I just don't know enough jiu-jitsu. I probably got the jiu-jitsu heads at home going, that's a whatever choke. It wasn't a choke, it was definitely a Kimura armbar, but with his legs. Kian Tipton upset at himself, but he did really well for his first fight. And as I said, he was biting off a lot with Pete Dunlap. I was hoping to get a replay of that insane submission attempt. Either way, Pete Dunlap will pick up a first-round victory over Kian Tipton, moving his record to 2-1, adding a submission to his win column to go along with his unanimous decision. Kian Tipton will start out his career 0-1 and go back to the drawing board with Zong Lao and the team. Great jits from both these guys, and it all ends with a rear naked choke. All right, looks like they're ready. Let's send it up to Jason LaChance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these two fighters. And your winner at 1 minute and 25 seconds by submission, Pete Dunlap.
Just under 90 seconds. Pete Dunlap will take the victory home to the reservation in Jackson. That Native American heritage strong with underground MMA.